summer, a 7-year-old boy with autism silently wandered out of a St. George hotel room during the night. He was found at the bottom of a swimming pool, and despite efforts from emergency crews, the little boy passed away. Unfortunately, this story is not unique. Experts say nearly 50% of young autistic children attempt to wander away from home, schools, and public places. That is 4 times higher than the rate for non-autistic children. With more and more children being diagnosed with autism in Utah, more and more children are at risk of wandering away, getting hurt, getting lost, or even getting killed. Tonight in our Worried About Wandering report, we want to examine the problem first and then tell you how we can help.
High five, please. Hey, you want to go again?
Laura Jackson and her children love family time at their neighborhood park. It's especially fun for her 20-year-old daughter, Lindsay, who has autism. But her first experience here, a decade ago, is actually a horrible memory for Laura.
I was going crazy. I was running around the neighborhood screaming and crying on our block, and a couple people passed by and describing her. Have you seen this little girl? She can't talk.
Lindsay had wandered away from the house. Fortunately, the scary moment ended a few minutes later with a sigh of relief.
We went running over to the park, and she was like down by the playground stuff.
Laura says it was the type of moment that even after 12 years, she can't forget.
I still am in the mode, like every 15 minutes or so, I go and check on her.
While Lindsay's wandering ended safely, too often when it comes to children who have autism, that's not the case. The National Autism Association recorded 32 wandering cases that ended with a fatality in 2015. And 42% of the time, when a child was 9 or younger, the wandering ended in death. The cause of death included drowning, hit by cars or trains, and hypothermia. Plus, wandering resulted in 200 missing person cases.
It is a problem. It is a big safety issue if a kid wanders, especially if they wander outside of their home.
Courtney Mitchell is an autism specialist.
It could happen out in public. It could happen while the child's at school. It's definitely an issue that could happen 24 hours a day.
She and others at Kids on the Move in Orem actually work with children on the autism spectrum, and that includes children who wander. They teach them appropriate behavior in all kinds of areas, including lessons to try to prevent them from wandering out a door unnoticed.
Open. Good job.
Sadly, that is something nearly 50% of young children with autism will do.
Some of these autistic children, they bolt, they run.
And when that happens, most lack the ability to get back home or even ask for help.
While many children with autism lack communication skills, some children with autism may not be able to speak at all. And so, if you're comparing a typically developing 7-year-old, if they get lost, they could probably find someone and say, I'm lost, I need help, I need to get home, here's my mom's phone number. Whereas if you have a child with autism that lacks those communication skills, they likely won't be able to find their way home or communicate to someone that they need help.
So what can we do as neighbors, as members of this community, to help those families raising children with autism? When we come back, another wandering story and how we can all help prevent tragedy.